goal! What a goal! McWilliams! He's done it! He's done it! The Michigan goal in the first period for McWilliams! Run! Pelkey scores! Pelkey! It's it!
Well, welcome back to the pod. As always, Derek Clark here with Bull Spittin' with Clarky, or Derek Clark if you will. This is episode, I don't even know, probably like 11, 12, one of the two. Welcome back. I got a finicky with the mic still. It's a little weird, but it is what it is. Welcome back. It is a interesting afternoon of rain here in the middle of nowhere. We're recording this in the afternoon, usually in the morning. Kind of buzzing off some caffeine. Had a coffee today. Had to do some stuff. Woke up a little later than usual. I kind of needed the sleep. It's been a while. Been some work. Doing a lot of hard work lately. Getting ready to go back up to campus, college, and all that fun stuff. But the world of sports has been pretty interesting, to say the least. NASCAR drama with Austin Dillon, Joey Logano, and Denny Hamlin. We got drama in the Little League World Series. We got the Olympics are officially over, and we're heading into Los Angeles. We're heading to LA in 2028. It has been a crazy sports world. The hockey world is getting crazy as well. We'll start in the world of motorsports with NASCAR. Austin Dillon wrecked both Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin on the very last lap on purpose to get the win in good old St. Louis, right? I believe it was St. Louis. I believe it was St. Louis. Anyway, that was not Darlington, I think. I don't remember. I'm gonna be honestly, I don't remember what track it was because I late race, didn't even get to see it live. It was a whole thing. Anyway, wreck by Austin Dillon. A lot of controversy. NASCAR didn't talk till Wednesday about it. Joey Logano did some crazy things. So here's what happened. Overtime in NASCAR. Green, white, checkered. That's the overtime rules, and overtime it shall go. Green flag went in the air. They went normal. A little bit of a late start by Austin Dillon. That's what caused him to fall into third place. He'd battle with Joey Logano for the lead eventually on the last lap, coming into turn 3 and out of turn 4, wrecked as he was wrecking Joey Logano, which he, on purpose, and he literally stated it in the race interview, wrecked Joey Logano. Joey Logano slammed into the wall, and as he was wrecked out of the race, Denny Hamlin went around him as Joey was getting wrecked, and then Austin Dillon, about halfway down the front stretch, wrecked Denny Hamlin for the win as well. Here goes the crazy part. After the race, Austin Dillon is in victory lane on the front stretch, immediately grabs his little daughter, which people quickly stated the reason he grabbed that little girl is that way Joey Logano wouldn't fight him. Joey in the pits said it was ridiculous. He said, I understand that bumping is racing, but at the end of the day, it is ridiculous. Now, something they didn't show until after the race is Joey Logano actually went to the RCR crew, which is Austin Dillon's team, and did a burnout in front of him, almost hitting Austin Dillon's wife and child whilst they were going to victory lane. Now, one thing people were also saying is, why is his wife and daughter already on pit lane when the cars are still coming in? That I don't know. There is a lot of people when it comes to victory lane that technically shouldn't be over that wall. The crew should be the only people over that wall until the cars are parked, but I don't have official ruling on that. He did a burnout and stuff. So NASCAR didn't talk much about it. A lot of people got to argue about it. Austin Dillon went on a podcast. Denny Hamlin was talking about it because he was also wrecked. Joey Logano was also talking about it, obviously, on shows and having this whole thing. Then Wednesday, finally, we get the news and what went down. And the weirdest ruling that I've ever seen in NASCAR. One thing they won't say is Tyler Reddick, who is technically Denny Hamlin's teammate. Denny Hamlin owns Tyler Reddick's car, but races for a different team. But they're technically teammates because they share stuff with each other's teams. It's a little confusing. Basically, Denny Hamlin drives for Joe Gibbs Racing, which is JGR. It drives for Joe Gibbs Racing, but owns 2311 Racing with Michael Jordan. And that's who Tyler Reddick races for. So technically they're teammates because they both drive Toyotas. It's a whole thing. But what I will say is this. One thing they didn't talk about much, there was one person that did. Tyler Reddick actually tried to, and did give Denny Ham or Austin Dillon a nudge, like, you can't be doing that. But he almost tried to wreck, it looked like, tried to wreck Austin Dillon on the front stretch because in a report of, like, what are you doing? So all that went down. Crazy stuff. What ends up happening, here's the ruling. And it's a little weird because I've never seen this. Okay, so here's the ruling. Austin Dillon. It gets weird. It gets really weird. He gets fined 25 driver and 25 owner championship points, meaning 25 of his points and 25 points to the team because there's a driver championship and a team championship. 25 points each get deducted. They don't get fined. What ends up happening is a unique rule. Basically, they said this. Austin Dillon will be awarded the win. However, even though he is considered the winner of the race, when winning a race in NASCAR, when you win a race, you automatically get put into the playoffs. Austin Dillon's playoff eligibility from that win was revoked. No fine, no suspension. I feel like that's an okay ruling, but it's a little weird because I think they've never really had to deal with something like this. Now there's more. Joey Logano did receive a fine. However, he received a $50,000 fine for doing the burnout in front of RCR, which was completely dangerous and reckless and all that crazy stuff. So I completely understand the fine there. Another thing RCR lost is the spotter. For the next 3 races, he will not have that said spotter. Apparently, the spotter was also negotiating these tactics with Austin Dillon before he made the moves, I guess. I'm not saying he did because we don't have the audio from it, but I'm assuming that's how NASCAR got the rule. So he doesn't have his spotter for 3 races. They have a different spotter, I think, from their Xfinity team that took that spot. Somebody's going to be a spotter for the next 3 races. So Austin Dillon is not in the playoffs. He got deducted points. He's dropped down. It's a crazy experience. And what ends up happening now is Bubba Wallace is now on the bubble in 16th. It actually helped Bubba Wallace in a way. He's finished in the top 10 4 out of the 5 races. Bubba Wallace actually has been racing pretty well. They are currently in a rain delay in Michigan. We're going to jump right now. This is Sunday. I'm watching the race. They're currently in a rain delay. We'll see what happens later on today. If you follow me on my Instagram and stuff, which is Derik.Minidoc, Derik.Minidoc. If you follow me on my Instagram, I probably posted about motocross. They ran at Budds Creek this Saturday. The 250 motocross champion has been crowned. It's Hayden Deegan, the current world champion, is now the 250 motocross champion, and now looks to do well at Ironman this next weekend at the end of the season, but has completely locked up first place and was awarded the 250 motocross championship. However, Chase Sexton is currently the leader of the 450s, but because he didn't do well in the first out of the 2 motos, it's still up to grabs for the second place bike, which I believe is, Hunter Lawrence. Don't quote me on that. I actually don't know who the second place 450 bike is, but it's still up to grabs, and that will go down at Ironman. I believe all Chase Sexton has to do is finish in like the top 10 at Ironman in the first moto, and he wins the championship. So something could happen, honestly. So I don't know, but the World Championship, the SMX playoffs are currently getting. We've got 2 weeks, and then in September there will be the SMX playoffs, which is the Super Motocross playoffs, to crown a world champion. Hayden Deegan is currently the 250 crowned world champion, and Jet Lawrence is the current crowned 450 champion. World champion. He will come back in the 450s. Jet Lawrence has been training. He's my favorite rider in the 450s, but I have been sharing the pictures out of Hayden Deegan's stuff because Hayden Deegan's a pretty cool 250 rider. I did see Joe Shimoda go down when we were at Unadilla a couple weekends ago. So Joe Shimoda's out of the motocross. I don't know if he will be there for Supercross or Super Motocross Championship. If he is for the World Championships, I don't know how that works, I guess. If he doesn't make it, I don't know who gets that spot. I think whoever finishes 21st will get crowned 20th or something and will be the person that goes up there. Funny story out of Budds Creek. It was Jalik Swole, who actually posted something pretty interesting on Instagram. He said, while on the start gate for the second moto, I was listening to the normal mix, being Drake, and the normal mix in general. It then was on shuffle mode and quickly switched to Doja Cat. While I don't listen to Doja Cat that much, I didn't. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I decided not to change it. I went 4th and 6th in the 2 motos combined for a total of 5th place overall after the 2 motos. Decent weekend. See you at Ironman next week. So Jalik Swole running for Triumph. He's had a couple 2 good weekends back to back. Jalik Swole, I'll tell you what, he can ride that bike in some races. He is great. He podiumed at Unadilla, 3rd place overall at Unadilla, and got to see a Triumph on a podium in motocross for the first time in team history, which was so cool. Triumph's only been around for 2 years in motocross, so it's been fun to see him dominate for Triumph. His teammate is Joey Savacci, who's also a really good rider as well. Joey Savacci's had a little bit of a rough season this year in motocross. I don't think he'll make Super Motocross Championship. I think Jalik Swole actually is technically in to the Super Motocross World Championships. Don't quote me on that, but I think he finished in the top 20 in Supercross. So I think he's automatically put in. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. That starts at September 4th. It's 3 rounds, and after the 3 rounds, the top drivers are crowned world champions in the 250 and 450 classes. So out of the motocross, NASCAR, IndyCars winner last night was Joseph Newgarden. He won in St. Louis. So out of the motorsports world, we go to hockey. There has been a unique news break. There's been a bit of a leak of the Chicago Blackhawks Winter Classic jerseys. It's going to be red with black and white stripes in the center and on the arms. And on the arms, there will be their secondary logo, but like a black and white version. And then in the middle, it is a round crest that says Chicago Blackhawks. And in the middle is their normal Chicago Blackhawks logo. At least that was leaked due to a Taiwanese distributor of some sorts that leaked it on Instagram. A little weird, but there is pictures. So if you want to look them up. I think Aesthetics has a whole video on it as well. I think he has a flash report he posted the other day if you want to check those out. They also posted other Fanatics jerseys on there. So we got to see like the normal, what they call premium, which was the authentic version of Adidas. And get to see Fanatics versions of that from that Taiwan. I don't want to say it is Taiwan. Is it Taiwanese? I think it was Taiwanese distributor. I could be wrong. Aesthetics has a video on it if you want to check it out. So shout out to Aesthetics. He makes great videos and really good news coverage in the world of hockey. Out of the hockey world, out of the motorsports world, let's calm down. Let's breathe here. Let's breathe. Let's talk real minute. The Little League World Series has been going on since Wednesday last week. It's now Wednesday. Now it is Sunday. They got 1 game in. We're getting to the elimination part of the World Series, and the Yankees and the Tigers will play tonight in the Little League Classic on Sunday Night Baseball, just down the street from Williamsport, where the Williamsport Crosscutters of the MLB Draft League, which is a pro league for draftees, they will play where the Crosscutters play, which is literally 5 minutes down the street from the League World Series facilities in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. They had to double up the security for the Yankees' Aaron Judge, because it's Aaron Judge, and it's the 7th year in a row that they've played the Little League Classic. It is a fun time, and it's fun to see it, but there's currently rain, so you don't really get to see it. They've been showing on and off the guys hanging out with the kids, and it's such a great environment. If you've never been to Williamsport, if you've never seen the Little League World Series in person, I've been multiple times. I really recommend it. You really feel like a kid again when you watch those kids play. I mean, you're playing for your region, you're playing for your country. The U.S. sends 10 teams, and then there's 10 teams from around the world, and it's a total of 20 teams in Williamsport battling it out to be crowned the Little League World Series champion. The 10 regions in the New York in the U.S. bracket, playing a U.S. bracket, and the 10 regions in the world, around the world, which is Australia, Canada, Japan, Puerto Rico, Cuba. There's a team from Czech Republic this year. There's a team from Chinese Taipei, which is a small nation within Taiwan, because Taiwan's banned. It's weird. It's like a micronation loophole thing. So there's Chinese Taipei, Japan, Cuba, Puerto Rico, Czech Republic, Mexico, Venezuela. There's a couple others as well. that made it. I'm trying to think. I know Australia's in there. They brought a girl. It's the 24th girl to play in the Little League World Series. I'm trying to think. There's a lot of good teams as well. There's a team from New York. There's a team from Texas is kicking its butt. PA's been kicking its butt so far. They had a 6-1 lead heading into the fourth, and then it started raining. Aruba is there. They've only been there one other time, or 2 other times, I think is what they said. They're currently playing Australia. They got 3 pitches in. Still rain delay. It's lightning, actually. There's no rain, but lightning is the cause of the delays. So the Little League World Series has been kicking off, and there's been no real drama. It's been really good baseball so far. It's been a unique situation in Williamsport because this is the first time it's actually rained there. So they're kind of trying to figure it out. The rain will clear, or the lightning, not the rain, the lightning, will clear before the MLB game. So they will be able to get the Yankees versus Tigers game in, which is the last game of that best of 3 series. I believe it's tied, so the winner of that will win the 3-game series and gain some points, which is crazy to me. I've always thought of that. The Winter Classic is a regular season game for the NHL, and all the Stadium Series games are regular season games, but they're outdoors. And then you have these special games, the Little League Classic, where the guys come in, they're MLB players, they get to spend the day with the Little Leaguers playing in the Little League World Series, they get to spend the time with the kids that are there to watch as fans, the parents to watch as fans, the broadcasters, you get to hang out. And then right when that's over, which is like, it all stops at like 4 o'clock because they start the games a little earlier, so that way the kids can have time to get ready and go to the game. You know, all the Little League teams are invited to watch. So you get all this experience, and then boom, it's done. It's over. Shut her down. Shut her down. You got to focus. You got to get ready. You know, these are 2 teams. Both the Yankees and the Tigers could technically make the playoffs. The Yankees have a way better chance than the Tigers, but the Tigers are really good right now, and the Yankees are good. So this is 2 really good teams battling to get into the playoffs. So you go from having this fun time, guys are out there having a blast, taking pictures, going down the hill behind Lombardi Stadium, which I've been down. It's a crazy downhill. You take cardboard, you go down the downhill. It's a whole fun time there. And you got to do a whole 360 switch in about an hour. Snap, get into game mode, have fun while you're playing, but it's also a regular season game. You can't just joke around and everything else. So it's unique to see that aspect of having fun and then snapping into game mode. You don't really see that a lot with MLB players, I think, because usually I think on game day, the whole day you're kind of getting ready, you're more focused. But all loosey-goosey is kind of good in a way before a big game. Well, that's all I have to say. I know the last week and this week are shorter episodes. I know it's a little weird. Derik is just yapping away to me. What the heck is going on, my guy? I'm busy. It's a busy day. It's a busy week. Getting ready. Going back to campus. Becoming a broadcaster. Got to be on that grind. Calling sports. Well, I hope you guys have had a good week. I've had a good week. I hope you have a good week coming up. Hope you have a great day. And I hope you're having a good life right now. Hope life is being good to you. And remember, you can always sit down and listen to this. It's fun times to just talk for about 20 minutes and just yap to you guys about sports and what I like and what I love to talk about. So, as always, guys, stay safe. Until next time, guys. Peace.